Have you ever heard of a time when people had to carry entire bags stuffed with cash, not to buy a fancy car or a house, but just to get a single bag of rice? It sounds crazy, but it's happened. When money starts to lose its value, your mindset is the only thing that can guarantee your survival. Inflation isn't some sudden explosion. It's more like a quiet fire that starts small. It begins when governments decide to print more and more money. At first, you don't notice much. Then, prices for everyday things start to creep up. That $100 in your savings account suddenly buys less than it did last year. Your savings are shrinking, silently, day by day. Most people think, it's fine, I have cash, I'm safe. But if you look at history, you'll see a brutal, repeating pattern. Cash is the very first victim of inflation. It's the riskiest thing to hold onto when its value is being systematically destroyed. This isn't a new story. History has taught us this lesson over and over again. All around the world, there have been countries where inflation spiraled so out of control that people needed literal wheelbarrows of banknotes just to buy groceries for the day. Imagine getting your salary, and by the next morning, it's worth half as much. Lifelong savings, carefully built over decades, wiped out and rendered meaningless in a matter of months. This isn't about politics, it's a fundamental psychological lesson. Money, without the principle of scarcity, loses its power. It becomes just paper. So, how do different people react? This is where the gap between average thinking and millionaire thinking really shows. The average person's response to rising prices is, okay, I just need to save more cash. I'll cut back and stack up more dollars. But a millionaire asks a completely different, much more powerful question. What holds its value when money doesn't? You see, wealthy individuals don't worship currency. They don't put their faith in paper money. They respect and understand assets, systems, and scarcity. They know that true wealth isn't about how many dollars you have, but what you own that can't be easily printed or devalued. So what do millionaires actually focus on when inflation hits? They shift their attention to things that can weather the storm. First, assets with a limited supply. Think real estate, certain precious metals, or even rare art, things that can't just be created out of thin air. Second, they invest in skills that can generate income in any economic climate, skills that are always in demand regardless of how much a loaf of bread costs. Third, they focus on businesses that can adjust their prices along with inflation. If costs go up, so do their prices, protecting their profits. And finally, they prioritize ownership over fixed wages. They understand a simple but critical rule: if your income is fixed, if you earn the same amount every month, then inflation owns you. You're running on a treadmill that's constantly speeding up. Ultimately, inflation isn't just an economic event you read about in the news. It's a mindset filter. It brutally punishes those who blindly trust in paper promises and the status quo, but it rewards those who think in systems, who understand value, and who prepare for volatility. When the money in your pocket starts to lose its power, your ability to think clearly and strategically becomes your single most valuable asset. So, don't just spend your life chasing money. Take the time to learn how money really works, especially when it seems to be working against you. That's the foundation of true financial strength. If you want to keep learning how to build a resilient financial future, subscribe for more insights on how to think differently. Thanks for watching.